In legal agreements, understanding the difference between capital expenditures Capex and operating expenditures Opex is critical, as they carry distinct financial, legal, and tax implications. Misclassification of these expenditures in contracts can lead to disputes, regulatory issues, and financial misstatements. Capital expenditures Capex are expenses made to acquire, upgrade, or extend the life of long-term assets such as buildings, machinery, or equipment. These investments are aimed at providing benefits over multiple years, enhancing the value or capacity of the business. Common examples include purchasing new equipment, constructing a building, upgrading infrastructure, or developing software for long-term use. Proper classification of Capex is crucial as it impacts financial reporting, taxation, and long-term business planning. Operating expenditures Opex are recurring day-to-day expenses required to run a business and maintain current operations. These costs are essential for covering operational needs and do not provide long-term benefits. Common examples of Opex include salaries and wages, rent, utilities, office supplies, and routine maintenance or repairs. Properly distinguishing Opex from Capex is vital for accurate financial reporting, budgeting, and tax compliance, as they are treated differently in accounting and taxation. In a legal context, Capex and Opex differ significantly. Capex involves non-recurring, long-term investments, capitalized and depreciated over time, with tax implications spread across years. Opex, on the other hand, refers to recurring short-term operational costs, fully expensed in the year incurred and immediately deductible for taxes. Capex is often tied to capital improvements, leases, or financing clauses, while Opex is common in service agreements. Disputes typically arise over what qualifies as Capex or excessive, unreasonable Opex. Legal drafting and interpretation of Capex and Opex require clarity to avoid disputes. Contracts must explicitly define Capex, e.g., structural upgrades, and Opex, e.g., cleaning services, especially in agreements like leases where responsibilities are negotiated. Capex is generally borne by parties investing in asset improvements, e.g. landlords, while Opex is the responsibility of those managing daily operations, e.g. tenants. Budgeting provisions for Capex should ensure transparency, while Opex may include caps or thresholds. Misclassification can lead to disputes, such as tenants arguing that replacing an HVAC system is a landlord's Capex duty, while landlords may claim it's routine Opex. Additionally, improper classification can result in tax or regulatory penalties, making it essential for contracts to align with accounting and tax laws for compliance and accurate reporting. Practical examples of Capex and Opex in legal agreements highlight their distinct roles. In leasing agreements, Capex such as structural repairs or major renovations is typically the landlord's responsibility, while tenants handle Opex like utilities and minor repairs. In service contracts, Capex includes purchasing equipment needed for service delivery, whereas Opex covers ongoing maintenance and consumables. In joint venture agreements, Capex involves shared costs for asset acquisition or development, while Opex relates to the allocation of daily operational expenses among participants. Key legal challenges with Capex and Opex include misclassification, which can cause disputes over financial obligations. Ambiguity in definitions such as vague terms like routine maintenance can lead to disagreements if not clearly specified. Capex often requires prior approval from stakeholders, unlike Opex, and unclear approval processes can create conflicts. Additionally, misclassification poses tax and accounting risks, potentially leading to filing errors, penalties, or audits. Precise drafting and clear distinctions are essential to mitigate these risks in legal agreements. To ensure clarity and avoid disputes, legal agreements must accurately define and allocate Capex and Opex responsibilities. Capex typically covers long-term investments, while Opex includes day-to-day operational costs. Lawyers and drafters must understand the financial and tax implications of these expenditures and use precise language to ensure compliance and transparency. Proper classification not only mitigates risk, but also fosters smoother contract administration and enforcement. Time for play and practice. How can the accurate classification and clear allocation of Capex and Opex responsibilities in legal agreements mitigate disputes, ensure compliance, and foster effective contract administration? Think carefully and answer below in the comments.